This Infernalist build combines powerful bleeds and ignite damage to blow up screens and delete T4 pinnacle bosses. This build leverages much of the same tech used by S-tier builds such as Blood Mage and Bleed Amazon. The key difference is the heavy use of pyrotechnics for a map blasting good time. For ascendancies, we use Bringer of Flame so that all damage contributes to Ignite, and Grinning Immolation for 50% more critical damage with Tangle Tongue forking critical hits, enabling 2k plus crit damage bonus. Sacred Flame combined with Elemental Conflux provide insane elemental damage and big ignites. Beacon of Azus ensures that our critical hits ignore enemy elemental resistances. Our Spear Field is strong wave clear by itself, but it also generates constant frenzy charges for big explosive spear damage. Tangle Tongue, Sacred Flame, and Beacon of Azus are the uniques for this build and were already mentioned in the key tech. All rings and gloves must have flat physical damage and at least one flat elemental damage. It is not necessary to stack any one type of elemental damage due to Bringer of Flame. 3 flat damage breach rings are the endgame goal, but not required to get started. Our defensive layer is evasion and maximum life. Stack as much as you can. You will be receiving constant damage from Grinning Immolation, which negates any energy shield. So stack enough life regen to counter 15% of max life and ES as fire damage. For example, 2000 life and ES times 0.15 equals 300 times 0.25 as long as you're capped on fire resist. That equals 75 regen required. Stack chaos resist as much as possible to take full advantage of altered flesh, which is 20% of physical damage taken as chaos damage. Use Courtesan Manon's runes of cruelty in the gloves for added magnitude of bleed and ignite. This build requires 149 intel and 205 dexterity. The rest should be allocated in strength for life and to equip the highest level Herald of Ash and War Banner that you can fit. There are no special requirements for flasks or charms, so wear what you want. Critical rolls on your helm and gloves are nice, but not required. Be sure to cap out all of your elemental resistances. For Blood Hunt, we use Inevitable Critical to ensure that we get effectively 100% chance to double crit, which can equal over 2000 crit damage bonus. Also use Impale on Blood Hunt as a backup boss killer should they not die from the Blood Hunt explosion. Extract that Impale with a follow-up Rake. For Spear Field, we use Pinpoint to ensure 100% effective double critical. And we use Embiter and Glaciation to ensure that we're generating massive amounts of frenzy charges with Freeze. By the way, I tried cast on critical, cast on ignite, and pin, and this was the most effective way to generate charges on this build. If your version of the build doesn't have enough cold damage yet to generate the frenzy charges this way, use cast on ignite with Sniper's Mark. For explosive spear, perpetual charge, magnified effect, and reach for massive explosions. On rake, maximize your damage with your supports and be sure to use deep cuts for stronger bleeds. To run all of the spirit gems listed, you're going to need your scepter, your chest, and your amulet to provide spirit. Elemental Conflux provides a constant buff to your damage and thus increasing your ignite damage. War Banner is used for strong bosses to ensure that Rake bleeds enough for Blood Hunt to one-shot. Be sure to use Rake once you lay down your War Banner. We use Wind Dancer as our defensive spirit gem of choice, and then Herald of Ash we use to spread our ignites. We've already mentioned Grinning Immolation, Bringer of Flame, and Altered Flesh. The final 2 points we put into 3% increased max life nodes to help with our defensives. Passive Tree focuses on crit and damaging ailment magnitude wheels. We avoid wheels which only buff bleed or only elemental, the exception being Perfectly Placed Knife for really good bleed magnitude and an increased crit chance, which does help our ignite side as well. We use Enhanced Reflexes for our defense and proficiency to ensure tight attribute requirements are met. We use Acceleration for Spear Field Comfort as it is a slow skill. The tree has 4 open jewel slots. Prioritize magnitude of bleeding, ignite, and damaging ailments. Megalomaniac into strong crit notables, for example Tempered Mind, is preferred, and I use a From Nothing Diamond with Zealot's Oath to increase attack damage. If you can't get these jewels exactly, just follow the prioritization and get what works for you. Full details for this build are included in the Mobalytics, linked in the description. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed and this helped, please like and subscribe. It helps grow the channel. Until next time, take care.